Hey, welcome to Bringing the Sunshine. Today I wanted to share a story with you guys. Back in November of 2023, my dear friend asked me to speak at their women's conference. And I showed you the poster yesterday. I'll just quick remind you. Women of hope, fearfully and wonderfully made for a purpose. Perhaps this is a moment for which you have been created. Esther 4:14. So that picture on the poster, first of all, the poster says fearfully and wonderfully made. And truth be told, I felt like a big phony baloney speaking on that topic because I did not feel like I was fearfully and wonderfully made. And how was I supposed to talk to 200 plus people, women, saying that they were, like, I did not feel good about myself. I was at my heaviest weight in that photo that I had been when I hadn't, like, besides being pregnant, it was heavier, but yeah, not being pregnant. Anyways, that's not the point here. So here I was asked to speak at the women's event, and I reluctantly, like, this is what I really feel like I was called to do, be a speaker. And that very same thought sent me into this paralyzing fear. Like, I doubted I could do it. This fear, like, it kept me frozen. But I didn't want to give up this opportunity. So I did say yes. And I thought, oh, for sure, all 3 30-minute sessions, yes, I can definitely handle that. I'll do that. Well, it got closer, and I was working on my sessions and praying about it and trying not to feel nervous. And day comes, and my dear friend, she goes up on stage and she's introducing me, and it all hits me. What is about to go down? Anyways, during her introduction, I had to run out because I felt so physically sick. I was in the bathroom, dizzy, hot, sweating. I'm seeing dots. I'm on the toilet, like, my colitis was flaring up because that's what happens when I get nervous. And this was to the extreme. I'm like, Lord, you have to help me here. Like, all the women in there are counting on me. So eventually I felt better. I got in there and I missed all the good stories and introductions that she said. So here it was, time, I'm going up, and to this day, okay, first of all, look, here I'm surviving. I survived in telling you the story, but to this day, the enemy still tries to get me to feel embarrassed and ashamed because I read my entire 30 minutes, 3 sessions, and a lot of it was from my book that I wrote, My Dear Darling, because I, with such fear over this, I could not veer off, or I am rambling. Like, this was very much that I had to stick to the notes, or I couldn't even remember what I was talking about or what I was doing up there. That's how much the fear had me. And so, again, I survived, thank goodness. But how was I going to continue this? This is what I felt God called me to do. But the very thought, like, sent me running, sick. And I knew I had to give that fear and doubt over to God. Otherwise, I wasn't going to survive any any speaking career. Not that I have a career in it. That was the first and only time so far. But I had to give it to God. I had to give it back because that was not who I wanted to be anymore. It was literally, I was counting it as part of my identity almost. Like, as soon as the thought would come, I was scared and I was sick and this really bad feeling in my stomach. But I had to, with the help of 2 dear friends, they helped me through this, overcoming my fear and doubt and giving that to God. I had to give it back because I was not meant to carry that. That is not from God. That is the enemy keeping you stuck from doing what God's called you to do. And not only did I have to give it back, give it to him, give it up so he could deal with it, but I asked him, what do I replace it with? I'm giving something up. There feels like there's a void. What do you replace it with? God, what did you want to give me instead of this? And he gave me the courage and the confidence and peace. Like my good friend, Dr. Tina Hay, soul doctor, she calls it the divine exchange. And it truly is. I had to give that up. I had to give it to God. And he, in turn, gave me something that I was truly meant to be: courageous and confident and having peace. And from there on, I was able to start doing these videos. And it's amazing because 6 months ago, I could not. Even the first few videos, I had to read my pages word for word. I had them taped up behind the phone, to be honest. I'm always honest, usually, right? Or giving too much information now. But now I'm able to, I write it out and I have to speak from the heart, and that's how I'm doing it. But I wanted to encourage you. This is much longer than normal, but if there's something that you're dealing with and you're carrying around and that's who you think you are, give it to God. Ask him to replace it. He will give you what is meant to be yours. And I hope this encouraged you. Till next time.